So, as we all know, today is the day before Valentine's Day. The day to get everything scrambled and ready and get your card signed and dated and get your flowers ordered. Well, you should have already ordered your flowers. But if you're like most people, you're probably just going to pick them up tomorrow in the morning. But anyway, so I love to create. I love to bake. I love to paint. I love to draw, all that stuff. So especially in the kitchen, I get a chance to release some creative energy. So one of the teachers of my son's school asked me if I would be so kind as to create a dessert for Valentine's Day for her preschool class. And I said, sure. So at first I was gonna do cookies, and then I was like, that's a lot of cookies. I tried to make cookies last time and ended up in a disaster. I don't know why. They're supposed to be lions, they look like bears. Oh my. So what I did was I decided to do something that, you know, it's a pretty well celebrated Valentine's Day dessert, and I'm going to be dipping strawberries in chocolate. But let me clarify, I'm not going to be using chocolate, I'm going to actually be using candy melts. And if you've never tried candy melts before, basically they are thin wafers that are chocolate flavored, and you can melt these and you can dip anything. I made cake pops for my son's birthday party, and I used these to do the cake pops with. But they taste like chocolate. They come in a very wide variety of colors, so you don't have to worry about using food coloring, which is not a big deal because I have plenty of gel food coloring from Wilton. But I like to use, I prefer buying the candy melts that are already pre-colored, because the gel red that I have, for some reason, red tastes terrible. I have no idea why red dye tastes the way it does. But anyway, so gonna need a few tools to get started. First of all, you're gonna need your strawberries. I kind of missed out on the best kind for dipping, and that is the long stem strawberries. And I went to my local grocer, and they actually had them, and instead of pouncing on that opportunity, I decided, I'll get them later. And when I went back later, they were all gone. Of course, story of my life. So I had to get the regular ones, which is okay. I'm sure the preschoolers will not mind. You don't have to use a dipping tool. You can use your fingers, but I got a dipping tool just to make things a little bit less messy. You're going to need some parchment paper to set your strawberries that have been dipped onto cool so that the candy melt hardens. This is up to you, but you can use dipping or topping, excuse me. I'm going to use some mini morsels, and I also have some sprinkles. So now that we have all our materials, let's get started. By the way, this is my, I'm about to throw it down in the kitchen, Betty Crocker style dress. All right, first things first, go ahead and wash your berries and dry them off with a towel, because otherwise the candy won't stick. So we've got our bowls ready, and I'm going to go ahead and put my wafers into my bowl. Try to aim for the bowl, because you know that would help. And I'm going to go ahead and do a lot. While I'm waiting for the chocolate to finish melting, I'm going to go ahead and prep my area with my wax paper. I already have some pre-out right here, and I'm just going to lay that down so when we're finished dipping the strawberries, we don't say, oh no, I'm not ready to put them down anywhere, and they drip everywhere. So sounds like my chocolate's done. Let me go check it. So you can see how my chocolate is starting to melt, and I'm just going to mix it around a little bit to prevent it from burning. The one thing that I have experience with these candy melts is that you don't want to overheat them. You don't want to go any farther than the stage where if you mix it up a little bit, then it's creamy, because if you melt your candy melts until the whole thing is just liquid and you don't take the time to stir it like this, then you're gonna have hard lumps in your candy melt, and that's no good. So this is ready to pop right back into the microwave. I went ahead and put my chocolate back into the microwave for another 30 seconds. And as you can see, it's nice and smooth and creamy and primed for dipping. I have my strawberry and I'm ready to dip it. Like I said before, you could just use your fingers and I would gather up all the leaves and dip it like that, or you could use a tool, and I have this little handy dandy tool from Wilton, and you fork your strawberry. Remember, when you're dipping, you're going to want to take the leaves and move them out of the way before you use your tool. Make sure you remove any other leaves, anything that didn't get washed off while you put it, because yeah, nobody wants to eat leaves, even if they're chocolate covered. So we're going to just go ahead and swirl and make sure I miss the leaves. And voila, chocolate covered strawberry. Now you see this where it pulls down at the bottom? You're gonna wanna move your strawberry around a little bit so as it cools, you don't get stuck with that. Oh, well, see, I waited too late. But if you're just putting your strawberries down, move them within a couple of seconds after you put them down so that you don't get that big excess at the bottom. But see, these candy melts are pretty much hardened already, so looks like I won't be needing this cookie sheet. So I'm just gonna go ahead and move that out the way. And I'm gonna go ahead and continue covering my strawberries. Okay, so we're coming along nicely with our chocolate covered strawberries. Now I saved the vanilla or the white candy melt wafers for something special. I'm going to try to make some stuffed strawberries. It's a really simple recipe. It's a block of cream cheese, half a cup of powdered sugar, and whatever extracts you'd like. You could use almond, but I'm going to use vanilla in this case. All right, so to my softened cream cheese, I'm going to go ahead and add a half a cup of powdered sugar in my vanilla extract. I actually prefer almond, but I had this on hand. You're going to want to go ahead and blend that until everything is all smooth and it's easy to pipe. All right, now that we have our cream cheese stuffing already made, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take a spatula and you're going to want to transfer your stuffing into a parchment bag, or you can do what I'm about to do. And you can get yourself a handy dandy Ziploc bag. Open up your Ziploc bag and put your cheese stuffing in. And to this cheese stuffing you can add whatever you want. If you like almond slivers, you could add almond slivers. If you want to add sprinkles, whatever flavoring you prefer. So my cream cheese stuffing is in my bag, and I'm just going to work the air bubbles out so that I don't get a giant mess. And then the very tip of the bag, you're just going to want to snip and squeeze until the product comes out. About that much. So for your strawberries, you're going to want to take your strawberry and you're going to cut it. You're just going to make one slice like that and then another slice crosswise. So it's kind of like you're splitting open your strawberry like such. You're going to stick your parchment bag right inside of that cross that you made inside your strawberry, pipe the filling in, and you're done. I'll do it one more time so you guys can get a better look. Take the strawberry, you slice it lengthwise and crosswise, but be careful not to cut too deep because then you'll split your strawberry and you'll lose your strawberry because you can't really dip a broken strawberry. Well, you can, but no. So again, take your parchment, shove it in there, and then squeeze. Like such. Stuffed strawberry. So I've got my white chocolate and it is ready to go. It's all melted, ready for some strawberries. So let's try that one more again. Got my strawberry. I'm gonna go ahead and dip it in my white chocolate. Tap off the excess. Now I want to do something different with these. I want to actually dip them in the mini morsels. But if I dip them while the coating is still as tacky as it is, what's gonna happen is the tacking is just gonna get on everything. So the easiest thing would be to either wait until this strawberry cools down a little bit, or you could just do it like that. And there you have it. Now that I've got my red candy melts all melted, I'm going to use this to drizzle. Now, if you find that your candy melts have slightly hardened, you can pop them back into the microwave for 15 seconds, or you can do a little trick that I've learned. Take a tablespoon of Crisco and melt it in, but I'm not going to have to do that because it looks like the consistency of the candy melts is perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and hop right on trying to decorate these strawberries. When I'm giving these away as gifts, or I'm going to present them in a way that's cute, I want to make sure that everybody has their own little individual strawberry and it makes them feel special. So I went to my local Michael's and I picked up some Valentine's Day cupcake holders, and I just picked the strawberry up, put it in the cute little cupcake holder, and you can present your chocolate strawberry gift just like this. Or if you want to dress it up just even a little bit more, I got this from my local Walmart, and basically it's kind of like a cake box but for smaller dessert items, and it came with stickers. So we're just about done, but as anybody knows that when it comes to gift giving, presentation is key. So what I did was I picked up some tissue paper, and I want to line my basket with the pink and the red of the tissue paper in this basket. The easiest way to do that is to take a strand, have the sharp edge of the scissor on the strand, press it against your thumb, pull, and it should spring right back. So I'm going to do these just so they have a nice cascading effect around our focus, which are going to be our treats. Again, this is completely optional. This is just something to add a little bit more of a special touch. So that's it. We're done with our strawberries. The way that we've packaged them makes them look fantastic. Makes it look like we actually got these from a dessert place / bakery, or a place where you buy confections. One of those places. But we didn't. We actually made them ourselves, and it was super duper easy. And don't forget the ones that we put in our treat box. These are actually going to be for my son and my daughter's teachers, so they're probably going to get a kick out of this. So I'm going to keep almost all the stuffed ones for me and my husband tomorrow because they're actually my favorite. Just make sure when you're using your cream cheese that you don't leave these out. Even though they're covered with the candy coating, You still want to go ahead and refrigerate them because they do have a perishable inside, with that being the cream cheese. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys' Valentine's Day is awesome, and hopefully there'll be more cooking tutorials like this in the future. But take care, and bye. These stuffed ones are my absolute favorite. And doesn't our treat, look at our treat box. That looks awesome. Yum.